All right, welcome everybody. I hope everyone's had a great day today. I've been busy on my blog and putting some things on my blog, so I've been kind of on the computer all day. Anyway, so my name is Julie Brown. I am a independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I've been a demonstrator for about 5 years, and I love what I do. This is an exciting thing to do, and I love sharing everything that I do. And so I'm always grateful when you guys get on with me and get to see the things that I've created. So tonight we are working on one more card from the Ornamental Envelopes Bundle. This was a bundle that I wasn't sure. I kind of kept passing it in the catalog and wasn't sure if I would even like it. And once I got it, I am head over heels in love with it. So that's why we're doing another card. So let me show you the bundle, show you what it looks like. So, and it is on page 40 of the mini catalog. So if you have the mini catalog, and I'm going to show it to you because it's kind of easy to kind of pass it in the catalog. But this is what it looks like in the catalog. Let me take this little thing off. Alrighty. So I just kind of kept flipping through it and not paying attention to it. But it's a really neat bundle. So while I'm waiting for everybody to get on, I'm going to go over some housekeeping things. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is the hostess code for this month. So for those of you that do order through me, and if your order is going to be less than $150, you please use the hostess code that is listed here. That helps out all of the hostesses that I have for each month. You can place your orders at juliebrown.stampinup.net. And there's my email, juliescreativestampin@gmail.com, if you ever need to get a hold of me. And please, 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 check out my Pinterest page. It is Julie's Creative Stampin', and then I do have a blog at stampinjuliebrown.blogspot.com. So that's how you can get in touch with me. That's how you can order through me. Again, if you're on here and you use another demonstrator, that's perfectly fine. This is for anyone who doesn't have a demonstrator. I would love to be your demonstrator, and this is how you would get in contact with me. So one of the things that I do want to show you guys is I was able or got invited to be part of this autumn tutorial bundle, and it was with a bunch of different demonstrators across the world, and we all together, we collaborated and came up with 82 autumn or fall tutorials. So what I'm doing between now and December is if you place an order with me that is at least $50, I will forward this autumn tutorial bundle for you. And this is a really awesome tutorial bundle because it has pictures, it has measurements in both metric and inches, it has step-by-step instructions, and there are 82 of them. And they consist of all of the stamp sets that are in the mini catalog. And let me see if I can, sorry, I had the pages up earlier, but it is pages, so if you have your catalog with you, it starts on page 44, and it covers all the way through, I believe it is 51. So pages 44 through 51, any of those stamp sets are, there's at least one in this tutorial. And it, like I said, step-by-step instructions, and it's a pretty cool tutorial. So again, if you place a $50 order with me, you will get the downloads for this. I will forward you the downloads for this. Alrighty. So, let's get, oh, also if you are if you are on here with Facebook, please make sure you follow me. Click the follow and the like button. That way, anytime I do go live, it will notify you. If you are watching the replay on YouTube, again, if you subscribe to my channel, it will let you know anytime I upload a new video to YouTube. So either way, make sure you either subscribe or follow and like. So let's get moving for tonight. So again, this is the bundle that we're going to be using. Again, this comes with a lot of really fun dies, and we're going to be using some of these tonight. And then this is the stamp set. Now, as I said before, this stamp set, as you can see, does not have any sentiments in it. So one of my favorite sentiment stamp sets to use with this is the Itty Bitty Christmas sentiment stamp set. And it works really well with this bundle. So let's get started. We're going to do one card tonight. And let me get all this out of the way, and I'll bring in the stuff that you need to do this card. So first you are going to need a 5.5 by 8.5 Night of Navy card base scored at 4 1/4. And then you're going to need, sorry, I'm trying to shut something down here. Then you're going to need, I think it's 3 of the Balmy Blue. I think I used 3 of them. Let's see. Yeah, but one's bigger. So we have one Balmy Blue that is 4 1/4 by 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. And then we have 2 that are 4 by 5 1/4. And then you're going to need 2 Whisper White pieces. One that is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, and one that is 4 by 5 1/4. Now, the neat thing that I like about this card is that it's kind of like a simple stamping card, but it's kind of like one step up because we're adding some ribbon and some embellishments to it and using some Stampin' Dimensionals. So, but what I like is, as you can see, I'm only using cardstock, so that makes it kind of easy and kind of neat to do that. All right, so let's get started with this. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is to adhere the Whisper White that is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. We're going to adhere that to our card front. So I'm using the Stampin' Seal. And again, as you guys see, I just kind of do my corners. I don't like put a ton of adhesive on mine, and I really have never had a problem with them holding. All right, and then on the inside, we're going to go ahead and grab that 4 1/8 by 5 3/8 Balmy Blue, and we are going to stick that one on the inside. And again, as you can see, I'm just getting the corners. And for those of you that have had any kind of trouble with the Stampin' Seal, which is this adhesive, anytime it just stops, all you got to do is just kind of turn this edge. Oh, hey, Shanine. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so that's the front of my card, and then we're going to put this on the inside. And then I think I'm actually going to kind of go opposite this time. So we're going to go ahead and get the inside of the card stamped and finished, and then we will work on the front of the card. All right, so we are going to bring in that stamp, both stamp sets. Remember, I'm using the Itty Bitty Christmas for the sentiment and the Ornamental Envelopes. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I want to use this. It's this stamp right here, and I'm going to bring this in, and I am going to be using Night of Navy ink. I'm kind of keeping this one pretty simple. It's kind of Night of Navy and Balmy Blue. I'm using the blues tonight. So we're just going to ink that up, and I'm going to just do every single corner with that stamp. So then I'm just going to turn it and stamp there, and turn it and stamp there, and turn it and stamp there. All right, then we're going to clean that stamp. Oh, so Shanine, you're still at work. You guys are working late tonight. Actually, Wes just walked in a few minutes ago. For those of you that don't know, that's my husband, and he just got home from work just a few minutes ago. All right, so then I'm going to bring in from For the inside of this card, I want to use this one that says lots of love at Christmas. So I'm going to pull that one out of here. It's one of the easier ones to find because it's curved. And I'm just going to ink that up with my ink pad. Alrighty. And then I'm gonna, as I always do, I'm gonna line that up with my graph paper just to make sure my paper is straight. And then hopefully without putting my head in here, I'm gonna stick that on there. Oops. Oh gosh, I hope I can get that on there right. Ah, I messed it up. Okay, so that's fine. We'll just turn it over. And this time I'll do this first to make sure I get this on here good first. I didn't get my pressure down right. There we go. Sorry about that. Now I've got to do my corners again. So you guys get to see me do this twice. Ah, yes, so it's just you, so it is quieter. Yeah, that is true. I know there's times where when I'm doing some of the books over at the shop where my husband works, there's times where I've gone in later at night just so that I can get things done, because it seems like when I'm there, when they're there, everybody has to ask me, you know, a million questions, which is kind of funny because they seem to do just fine when I'm not there. So I get it, Shanine, why it's a little quieter. Alrighty, so I've got those cleaned up. Let me put this back. And then I'm just going to go ahead and adhere this to the inside of the card. So I had some ladies here that I was doing some cards with the other day, and I messed up on one, and it was kind of funny because one of the ladies was like, "Oh, good, I'm so glad you messed up. Hey, Mel, I'm so glad you messed up because, you know, I mess up all the time, and it's good to see someone who does this all the time mess up." And I told her, I actually mess up more than you realize. It's just that you guys aren't usually here and you don't see me. Of course, if you join me here, you get to see me mess up. So, whoops. Alrighty. So that's going to be the inside of the card. So now we're going to work on the front of the card. Alrighty. So let me get my big block here that I need. I don't know why I didn't have all this out ahead of time, but I didn't. So this is block E. And we're going to bring this one in. And as you can see, and again, you don't have to panic. This actually is clear when you first get it. But if you use any of the red dye inks, this is what usually ends up happening. But they work just fine when that happens, so no need to panic over that. All right, so the first thing that I'm going to do with this is, again, I'm going to ink it up with the Night of Navy ink. And like I said, tonight's card is kind of a, it's kind of a simple stamping card. It's just what I call like doing one step up, because I'm going to be adding some embellishments and some ribbon to it instead of it just being stamping. But I am just using cardstock tonight, so that makes it kind of fun so that you guys can see how you can just use the cardstock. All right. I've got a glare, so I hope this is... Hey, Vanessa. All right, so then I'm going to stamp that like that. And then I'm going to go ahead and come in with my sentiment that I'm doing on the front. And I'm using, again, the Itty Bitty Christmas Sentiments. And I'm just going to do the one that says from your house, or from our house to yours. Alrighty. And I want this to be kind of right underneath this big ornament right here. All right, so let me clean those up really quick. Actually, just this one because I'm going to use that other one. So let's get this put away. I always try it, and it's a good habit to get into of always putting your, when you're done with your stamps, to put them back so that you don't end up losing them or accidentally throwing them away, which has happened. Okay, so that's the front. Well, now what I need to do is I need to stamp this stamp again a couple of times onto this piece here. Because what we're going to do is we're going to use the dies and we're going to cut these pieces out. And I'm actually not going to use a lot. Hey, Patty. Welcome, welcome. I'm not going to be using a lot of what I stamp out. I'm just going to be using these 4 small ones, or cut out these 4 small ones, but it'll just kind of show you how the die works. And then obviously you'll have a lot of pieces that you can do another card on. All right. So got that done, got that done. I think I've got all my stamping done. I'm sure if I haven't, I will have an instant recall here pretty quick. I'm just trying to get all my stamps put away really quick, so bear with me for just a minute. All right. Okay, so now I'm going to bring in our new die cutting machine, and we're going to be cutting these out. So let's get this in here. Alrighty, so this, if you guys don't remember, this is what the dies look like that come with this set. Really fun. So we're going to use this one right here and these 2 little ones. Oh wait, you know what? I don't think those are the right ones. Let me look. No, they're not. Those are for, just so you know, those little ones are for this little stamp right here. Just so you know. Okay. So now we are going to just stick this die on here. And you know, it's crazy. I should have pulled out. I got my magnetic one in, but I did not. I haven't gotten it out. I haven't unpackaged it yet. And so we're not using that still. And I should have had that out for tonight's class. So we're just going to run that through. And because it's not a detailed die, you only really need to run it through once. And see how fun? It cuts out all those fun ornaments. So I'm going to set those to the side. And then we're going to do this one more time. So let me get this lined up the best that I can. Stick my little washi tape there to try to hold it in place. And we're going to run her through again. Just one time. And then while I have my die cutting machine here, oops, let's get all the pieces out. Because I need the little ones at least. But while I have my die cutting machine here, I am going to do another really fun thing on the front of the card. So remember, I stamped this earlier. So now what I'm going to do is I am going to bring in this die and put it over here and just kind of tape it in place so it stays fairly straight. It's really hard for me to, I know you guys can understand, it's really hard for me to get things lined up because a lot of times I'll stand up and look at things just to make sure it's lined up properly. And when I'm doing this class, I've got my tripod and everything kind of in the way, so I can't really stand up and look at things. So forgive me if I don't get it perfectly straight on here. All right, so we're going to cut that out and then just kind of poke out all the little dots. And then, oh, look at this, because I wanted to show you that. Look what it leaves All right. So that, you know, I could, and I just want you guys to think about this. While it's on here, I could take my press and seal and lay it down and have that cut out just like that, that I could then put on a card later, which I may do now that I'm thinking about it. So let me see if I can get that done just really quick, just so I can just kind of show you how, as you guys are making things, always think about what you can do. So I kind of want to see if I can very easily get this back in there. I may not be able to. So I kind of want that one there, and I think this one came from right there. Okay, so now see how I have that like that. So this just, I seriously just thought of that as I was looking at that. So I'm going to grab some press and seal. I know I've showed you this technique before. All right, so here's my press and seal. And you want the sticky side. And now I'm just going to lay that. Let's see if it does it without moving it. Lay that right on top of that. We'll see if it'll pick it up from this. This is just kind of a trial. Oh, it is. Look at that. Oh, and when it doesn't want to pick up, you just have to kind of, you can kind of go in and use your tweezers to make it lift up. Woohoo! All right, so now I have this stuck on my press and seal, and just kind of as an example, let me use the back of this. I could then put my adhesive on the back of this and then lay it down on a card, and that's what it's going to look like on the card. How fun is that? I'm going to make a card later with this, and I'll show it to you guys later. I may just post it to this website or my Facebook page. But anyway, see what happens when my brain's going? It can be kind of scary. Alrighty, let's get this out of the way. So back to what I was doing. I totally got off script there. Sorry, guys. Okay, so now what I want to do is, I've got all these little pieces, but I want to put this onto my card front. But before I do that, I want to wrap it with some of this. This is it's from the Flowers for Every Season, and it's the Misty Moonlight. It's that ribbon that has, it's kind of got that metallic in with the color. And yes, Mel, the cutting plates do warp just like they do on the Big Shot. I don't think they've come up with a good solution for stopping the warping of those plates. I wish they could. But no, so they do, just so you know. That was a good question. Okay, so then basically all I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this and I'm just going to wrap it around a couple of times and then cut this. It's like, where'd my snips go? And then I just kind of want to tie a knot over here where the ornaments are. Yeah, I wish somebody would come up with some plates that didn't warp, but unfortunately, I just think it's the nature of the beast. Because of what it does, it just isn't going to not do that. All right, so that's going to be like that. And then I'm going to trim this one and this one. Okay, and actually I forgot, it's not the smaller ones that I'm using. Now that I'm looking at this, I am using the smaller ones, but yeah, I'll stop that thought process right there. Okay, so now I've wrapped my ribbon around there, and now I'm going to come in and I'm actually going to use my Stampin' Seal Plus because I want this to be a little bit stronger because it's got the this ribbon that's kind of around the top of it. And so I want to make sure I get a really good and secure, and then I might even do a little strip right there. I want to make sure this is good and strong and secure. So now what's going to happen is when I place this onto the Whisper White, this cutout is going to have the white in the background, which is going to look really cool. So see how cool that looks? Isn't that neat? Alrighty, so now I'm going to come in and I'm going to use some Stampin' Dimensionals, and we're going to pop up some of these that I cut out onto some of these ornaments just to kind of give it a little extra dimension. So, did you guys like the Stampin' Seal stuff? I didn't get a ooh-ah on that one. I thought it was kind of cool. I went off my plan a little bit to share that with you. Okay, so then I'm gonna bring in. I'm not gonna do them all. I'm gonna just pop up about 3 of them. So this is the next one. We're gonna pop that one up right there, and then I'm gonna do this one right here, even though it's touching the ribbon. But that ribbon will, and this is more, instead of ribbon, I guess I should say this is the twine. And then that one's going to pop up there. And then I am going to bring in my liquid glue. Thanks, Mel. I'm glad someone thought it was cool. And then I'm going to bring in these little tiny ones. Maybe. And let me grab my tweezers. And then I'm going to kind of place these over here to make this kind of look like it's a tree standing there. And we're going to pop up, not pop up, we are going to just add some ornaments over here as well. We're going to do this one there, and let's see, do another one, and this one is going to go, let's see, where do I want it? I think I'm kind of trying to do them on the ends of these little edges right here so it looks like it's on a limb. And then we'll probably do one more kind of hanging off the bottom down there. I don't know if I want to completely cover that cutout. Alrighty, and then what I'm going to do to kind of finish up this card, and then we'll do the envelope, which I haven't really played with the envelope, so this will be interesting to see if what I'm thinking of is going to work. So I'm going to bring in these our little pearl basic jewels. And I'm just going to grab some of these little ones and kind of stick them in the middle of the ornaments. So I'm going to put one there. Oh gosh, that got a hold of that. And put that one there. And that one there. And one there. Let's see. I think I'll put one right in the middle there. Probably should have put that one on because it is on the dimensionals, and I didn't really get to push down real hard on that, so hopefully it'll stick. Same with this one. but I happen to hit right where that dimensional is on that one. So basically I'm just going to put them in the middle of all these, and then I'm going to come in with a big one. Maybe I need a little more putty coming out, and I'll do that one there, and then I'll do a couple of these medium ones. We'll do one there and one right here. Alrighty. So basically that is the card, and now we're going to work on the envelope. So what do you guys think? So isn't that fun? By using that die cut over here and then the die cut here, we were able to pop those up, and then the inside is like that. So it says from our house to yours, and then lots of love at Christmas. So fun, huh? Alrighty, so there's that card. And then, so let's work on the envelope. So I think what I want to do tonight is try to use, because we've used this envelope, this one. So I think I want to try to use this one and see how that comes out on an envelope. We'll see. So let's bring in that die cutting machine again. And let's just kind of see what this looks like if we put it on the envelope. So I think the first way I want to try it is by just using, let's see what the size of this is. This is 3/4 by 5 7/8. And I just kind of want to stick this on here just to see what it's going to do. I haven't really played with this one, so I'm really not, I don't know what to expect here. So you guys are getting, whoops. You guys are getting to play with me tonight with this. All right, so we're going to just run that through, and let's see what that looks like when we cut it. Like I said, I haven't really played with this one. I just decided to do this just a few minutes ago. Okay, so that it looks kind of like that, and it didn't really do it quite even, but let's see what happens. So apparently I need to pay a little bit more attention to where my two ends are. So let's see, if I wanted to straighten that up, I'm probably going to have to bring in my cutter. Let's see if I can do this. And I'm going to kind of go off of this edge down here and try to line it up. Let's see. Yeah, I think I need to cut about that much off. So because I'm going to be kind of in this track a little bit, I'm going to use some washi tape to hold that down in place. And let's see if I get the cut that I want. And get that a little bit, oh, that didn't work, a little straighter. Ah, okay. Yeah, so I think I'll wait and trim it, or I'll trim it with the snips. Let's see. Now that I've got my, kind of my line there, but it was just barely in over the cut track. So I'm just going to bring this in and cut and see if I can kind of get, I'm just trying to make this edge match that edge. All right. So then let's see. So if I was doing the envelope and I did not want to cover the part that you get wet to secure it, I think what I would do is just kind of put it like that and then just kind of leave an edge on the envelope. So let me put my glue on, and then I'll have to trim these sides, and let's see how that looks. I may not like it, we'll see. Like I said, a lot of this stuff is trial and error. and we just kind of play with things until we like what we have. That's all part of the design process, ladies. Okay, so if I lay that down, it is straight on this edge, but I'm just not sure if I like that. Well, I definitely don't like it if it went that low. Okay, so nice thing about the Tombow glue is it gives you a little wiggle room, like you guys have heard me say before. Okay, so then I would come in and kind of trim around that edge and trim around this edge. All right, so it's kind of cute. It leaves, see, when you close it, it gives you that really cute little scalloped on the edge. Not sure that I particularly like the inside of this. I might put like a piece of washi tape or something on that, just to make it a little fancier. Yeah, that's probably what I would do. I mean, it doesn't look bad. It still looks cute when you open it. So like if they're opening their envelope, then they've got the matching color there. And then when it closes, so you do like it, Mel? Okay. Then it has the little, like little ruffle for when they turn it over. So that this is kind of more a more simple version of decorating. Sorry, I got some glue here that I'm going to get off. Yeah, so like I said, I mean, you know, it's not as fancy as the other ones that I've done with the envelopes, but it is cute. It is pretty cute, so I do kind of like it. And like I said, I might just leave it because it does look okay. But I think I got caught up on the others, you know, because they're so fancy. So, and I'm going to bring those back in just to remind you what this set does. So if you missed these videos, I already did these 2 videos ahead of time. And remember, that's putting the designer series paper and using this die right here to cut and get the page there. And then that same die that I used on this, I used to do the other side of that envelope. So remember, I've already done this card, and then I also did this one where we just used the designer series paper and we didn't put anything, and that was that card. So so far here's the 3 cards that I have done with this set. And like I said, these 2, if you missed those videos, they're on this same site and you can actually go and look at those videos. So don't forget to check those out if you missed me making those. But so far, these are the cards that I've made with this set. I still have, I know for sure, 1 more card and possibly another one that I will be doing with this set, and I may squeeze it in sometime this week. So I hope you guys enjoyed these. And like I said, you know, now the more I'm looking at this, I agree, I do like it like that. But yeah, so I hope you guys will consider this set. It's really cute and it's really fun to decorate the envelopes along with it. And I appreciate you guys taking the time to join me tonight. This one was a little quick, but I was just doing 1 more card with this ornamental envelopes because I think it's one of those sets that people tend to overlook. And I just want to make sure you guys get a good sampling of what this set has the potential of doing. So I appreciate your time tonight, and I hope everybody has a great night. Again, guys, make sure you like and follow this page if you're watching me on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe. And I'm going to put this up 1 more time because this is this month's hostess code. And I would love you guys to go to my Pinterest page at Julie's Creative Stampin' and my blog, because most of the cards that I do on this video, I actually end up putting in my blog with step-by-step instructions, so you can get the free instructions for that. So anyway, everybody have a great evening, and I will be talking to you possibly sometime this week, but for sure, probably Saturday around, I'm going to say 4, I'm going to be doing a live video. So everybody have a great evening, and thank you so much for sharing my evening and giving me some of your time. Have a great night. Bye.